Bonjour class! Today we are beginning chapter 3, grammar, and learning about ER verbs or les verbes en ER. We're starting on page 90, chapter 3, so open your book and follow along. Some key words we need to understand and be able to translate are verb, verbe régulier, infinitif, conjugaison, and conjugué. Verb is a verb. Verbe régulier, regular verb. Infinitif, infinitive. Conjugaison, conjugation. And conjugué, conjugated. Here are some regular verbs in the infinitive. Des verbes réguliers à l'infinitif. So we have parler, parler, to speak. Écouter, écouter, to listen. Aimer, aimer, to like or to love. And remember that in this video, we're learning about ER verbs. So what is an ER verb? Well, these are all ER verbs. What do they have in common? They end in ER. ER is the last two letters of each of their infinitive forms. Regular verbs follow a conjugation pattern that we're going to learn, and regular ER verbs have an infinitive that ends in ER. So, let's begin with parler. Parler is a regular ER verb that means to speak. Parler is in the infinitive, it is not conjugated, and to speak is the English form of the infinitive, it is not conjugated. So again, parler is in the infinitive, which means it's unconjugated, not conjugated. It is an ER verb, which means its infinitive ends in ER, ER. And it is a regular verb that follows a conjugation pattern. So let's figure out what that pattern is. You will see this chart with every verb conjugation we ever do. So memorize the order because you will always get verbs in this order. We have je, which means I, tu, which means you, and that is singular or casual, informal. Il, elle, on, he, she, one. Nous, we. Vous, you, plural or formal. Il, elle, both mean they. Je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. Step 1 of conjugating a regular ER verb is you need to get the stem. The stem of the verb, just like a flower stem, is the base. It's something that you add onto, just like you add a flower onto. So, to get the stem of parler, I take off the ER. So I'm going to take off the ER. And I went ahead and wrote all of my stems in my boxes because I need to add on to them. But the stems are all the same for all the subjects. Remember, these are my subjects. Je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. Those are my subjects. These are my stems. Parle. Now I need to add endings to conjugate for the subject. So again, my subject here is je, and the ending for je is just an E. The ending for tu is ES. Ending for il, elle, and on is an E. So here we have E, ES, E. Ending for nous is ONS, and that's easy to remember because we have ONS right in the subject, ONS for nous. Vous parlez, EZ. So EZ, think of Z being at the end of the alphabet as well as V being at the end of the alphabet. EZ is the ending for vous. And the EL ending is ENT. ENT for EL plural. So we have E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. These are the endings for ER verbs. Je parle, tu parles, il parle, elle parle, on parle. These sound exactly the same. Nous parlons, 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 2 syllables. Vous parlez, 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 2 syllables. Il parle, elle parle. This sounds like parle. This sounds like parle, parle, parle. These are pronounced exactly the same. These have 2 syllables. Let's try another verb. Aimer means to like or to love. Aimer is the infinitive form. It is unconjugated. It is an ER verb. It ends in ER. And it is a regular verb, so it follows the conjugation pattern of ER verbs. Here's our same chart. So we have je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. Step 1, get the stem by taking off the ER and add the endings for ER verbs. So for je, do you remember? The je ending is E, tu, ES, il, elle, on, E, nous, ONS, ONS, vous, V is close to the end of the alphabet, so is Z, EZ, and il, elle, ENT. Here we have a little star. I need to use elision with je, m, because this begins with a vowel. So I need to get rid of this E and add an apostrophe. So I get j'aime, j'aime. Tu aimes, tu aimes. Il aime, elle aime. On aime. Nous aimons. Nous aimons. Vous aimez. Vous aimez. Ils aiment. Elles aiment. Notice that I am adding a Z sound in there and that there are 2 stars, which means I need to use liaison. Liaison. To carry the S sound over because this starts with a vowel and it sounds like a Z when I carry it over. So instead of nous aimons, we say nous aimons. Let's try another verb, habiter. Habiter means to live, and it's going to use the same chart as before for conjugation. So habiter is a regular ER verb. It ends in ER, and habiter is the infinitive. So step 1, we need to get the stem by taking off the ER from habiter. And then we need to add the ER endings. So for je, it is E, tu, ES, il, elle, on, E, nous, ONS, ONS, vous, close to the end of the alphabet, just like EZ, and il, elle, ent. Notice that just like with aimer, we have these stars here because the H is silent. So we have to use elision here, get rid of this E and add an apostrophe. So we have j'habite instead of je habite, j'habite. And here we have nous habitons, nous habitons, vous habitez, vous habitez, ils habitent, elles habitent. So the H is not pronounced on any of these. So we have j'habite, tu habites, il habite, elle habite, on habite, nous habitons, habitons, vous habitez, habitez, ils habitent, elles habitent. Habite, 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 they all sound the same. Habite, habite. Now turn to page 91 to begin the textbook exercises. Alors, so regular verbs follow conjugation patterns, so just like finding the stem and adding the endings. ER verb endings are E for je, ES for tu, I for il, elle, on, ONS for nous, EZ for vous, ENT for il, elle, plural. And verb endings are determined by the subjects. C'est tout. Au revoir.